Chipotle definitely gave me some muscles.
We've already told you about some of the top 10 untold truths about Chipotle, but it seems as though we keep uncovering more juicy secrets about the restaurant we can't help but share. So here is a double dose of the top 10 untold truths of Chipotle, part 2.
Love Chipotle. They make a really nice burrito over there.
Chipotle music playlist.
Give me a beat.
Because you can't just have any music playing while you're chowing down on Mexican burritos and tortilla chips, Chris Golub of Studio Orca designs specially curated playlists for Chipotle restaurants. Instead of turning on Spotify playlists or the radio, Golub works full-time at creating the soundtrack to your Chipotle experience. In an interview in 2013, Golub stated that Steve Ells, the founder of Chipotle, always kept a focus on music as an integral part of the experience. Golub also stated that, for him, music is about more than just background noise. He works to choose songs that will complement not only the grub Chipotle customers are eating, but the overall atmosphere in the restaurant. As a result, there isn't a specific genre or type of music that you'll hear when you walk in, but a collection of different songs that add to the atmosphere. Who knew choosing music for a restaurant was so complex?
This could be a lot more complex.
Many food poisoning scandals since 2015. Since 2015, Chipotle restaurants have been the subject of regular food poisoning outbreaks. That year alone, there were 35 cases of E. coli poisoning in the United States, particularly in Washington and Oregon, as well as salmonella poisoning from bad tomatoes in its Minnesota restaurants. There were also 2 norovirus outbreaks in 2015 in Boston and Simi Valley, California. By 2016, the company's stock had taken a big hit, and a PR nightmare was on their hands. As a result, all Chipotle locations were closed in February 2016 for retraining staff on new health and safety procedures, and the executive in charge of food health and safety stepped down. There was another norovirus outbreak in 2017 in Sterling, Virginia, after over 100 people reported symptoms after eating at a local Chipotle. Investigators traced this outbreak back to one employee who had shown up to work while sick. In July 2018, a Chipotle restaurant in Ohio had to close down temporarily.
The kitchen's closed.
Because a number of employees and customers complained they had been sick after eating the restaurant's food. This number eventually amounted to approximately 647 people.
Oh my, okay.
Oh no.
What is this happening? Nothing's happening.
Free guacamole at Chipotle?
You like guacamole?
Anyone who frequents a Chipotle often knows that there is an extra charge for guacamole. Most people opt to pay for it, because who really wants to eat a burrito without guacamole? Chipotle's signature guacamole is prepared fresh in-house each day, and for many people, that extra charge is a no-brainer. In fact, customers love Chipotle's guacamole so much, they were outraged when an avocado supply shortage was causing less than stellar product results this past summer.
How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Thanks to issues caused by the Mexican-American border debate, the restaurant had to order more avocados from Peru, whose avocados don't ripen as quickly. People took to social media to vent about their beloved toppings going brown or showing up in their bowl with pieces of unripe chunks mixed in. But what you may not realize is that there's a way to get that delicious green stuff for free if you're willing to sacrifice the meat. Chipotle has announced on its official social media accounts that all veggie-based or meat-free dishes come with guacamole free of charge. However, this post sparked a debate between plant-based eaters and meat lovers as to whether or not this is fair.
Vegan police! Todd Ingram. You're under arrest for veganity violation.
American or Australian beef?
Beef! No, I got beef with that!
Chipotle exclusively uses grass-fed beef, but in 2014, the company announced that it's been sourcing their beef from Australian farmers. The reason it gave was that there isn't enough supply at home in the United States to keep up with demand. However, the American Grass-Fed Association doesn't agree, and this sparked quite a controversy with homegrown suppliers. In an interview at the time the announcement was made, Brian Black, who heads up the Texas Department of Agriculture, stated that ranchers in Texas would be more than excited to have the opportunity to be able to supply homegrown, grass-fed beef to the restaurant. Since there is a supply of American beef available, people started questioning whether this was really a supply issue or whether the restaurant was actually doing this because of the cost factor.
Nice things cost money.
A source from Chipotle initially came out in defense of the company's announcement and added the statement that if the company was to use American grass-fed beef suppliers, it would have to raise its prices because of a cost premium in the country. Part of this controversy also stems from the fact that Chipotle claims to be dedicated to sourcing local ingredients wherever possible. It has to source its avocados from Mexico and Peru because these are tropical fruits that don't grow in America, but there are plenty of grass-fed beef farmers across the country. Sourcing beef locally from within the United States would use less fuel and have a smaller footprint for a company that claims to be dedicated to reducing its own environmental impact through the Food with Integrity motto.
I don't care about the environment. Hey, I am very passionate about the planet.
Chipotle failed with a Tex-Mex favorite.
Failure is not an option.
Queso, that delicious hot cheese, is a staple of most Tex-Mex cuisine. In Texas, queso is taken very, very seriously. But when Chipotle came out with its own queso, it didn't fly with customers. People were taking to social media to label it as a crime against cheese and posted pictures of themselves throwing the cheesy dip right into the trash bin. The backlash against Chipotle's queso was so bad that it impacted the company's bottom line. Shares in the company actually fell by nearly 3%.
Oh, good God, I've fallen down!
Just how does a Tex-Mex restaurant mess up queso dip, a Tex-Mex favorite? Well, that was because Chipotle decided to make a version without the use of processed ingredients, in an attempt to stick with the company's dedication to using real, high-quality ingredients. Typical queso is made from processed cheese, most commonly Velveeta, blended with canned tomatoes and green chilies. However, Chipotle's version was made from aged cheddar, tomatoes, tomato paste, and a handful of other real ingredients. But when you melt down aged cheddar, it doesn't have the same stabilizers that processed cheese does, and the consistency ultimately fails. Since the backlash erupted, Chipotle has changed its recipe.
What's the family secret recipe?
There is a secret menu at Chipotle.
This is a family secret, and you gave it up to me. Boom.
Okay, so it's not exactly a secret menu. In fact, it's more of a collection of menu hacks. Ask for your burrito bowl with chips on the bottom instead of the rice, and then get your usual toppings on top. This way, you get a nice bowl of loaded nachos. Rumor has it that another way you can get yourself a plate of nachos is by ordering a kid's taco kit and some chips, then adding the toppings from the kit onto those chips. You can also order a quesadilla with the toppings that a typical burrito would have. They come in the same flavors and blends that the burritos do. Here's another hot tip. You can order taco shells and tortillas on the side. That means you can double up on the contents of your bowl and get more food for your money. According to some anonymous employees, they're more likely to add more of the mix-ins in a bowl because they aren't constrained by the tortilla. Some frequent customers have also reported getting taco shells on the side and breaking them up like chips, instead of paying for extra chips.
You're welcome.
What? No.
A Chipotlane may be in your future.
Justice will come soon enough.
Earlier in 2019, Chipotle announced that they were rolling out a new concept for their restaurants, drive-through lanes, which they're calling Chipotlanes. Here's how it works. Customers place their order through the app or on the website and then head to the drive-through window to pick it up. The Chipotlanes are going to roll out slowly in the United States by the end of 2019, beginning with just a handful of stores.
Rolling out.
So far, the Chipotlanes have been added to restaurants in Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, and Massachusetts. In total, since the announcement was originally made at the beginning of the year, there have been about 20 Chipotlanes rolled out in the country. The next planned location is in Kissimmee, Florida, as part of the construction of a brand new restaurant that is scheduled to open at the end of November 2019. If you're wondering whether this drive-through addition is going to affect wait times in the store, don't worry about it. They've thought about that. Most Chipotle locations have 2 prep areas to help offset online or mobile orders, as well as any catering orders that come up. There are already second lines in the store where people can go in to collect mobile orders. So this whole process just eliminates the task of getting out of your car. Chipotle and Bellevue University.
What do I want to learn?
What do I want to learn?
What am I interested in studying?
If you work at Chipotle and have an interest in business, you're in the right line of work. The restaurant chain has a partnership with Bellevue University, where employees can take an online, customized, accelerated business degree. This program is only open to Chipotle employees and features a specialized curriculum tailored to the company's business model to grow careers within the company.
You mean like career?
The course focuses on different scenarios and situations that arise at Chipotle. For example, some of the topics listed on the Chipotle website include marketing, people development, and teamwork skills. The program takes about 18 months to complete. Since the whole course is online, it can easily accommodate an employee's work hours. Chipotle also has an educational assistance program that helps provide up to $5,250 in tuition assistance for its employee students, as well as in-restaurant trading credits that go toward the program. While they don't cover the entire tuition, they do claim to make it more affordable for students to get these business degrees and become a stronger part of the Chipotle team.
How much is this, Marie?
It's very expensive.
Your data may not be safe.
System breach. Firewall 1.
We got a problem.
What? Data protection is a big concern in today's digitally driven society, where a lot of what we do is conducted on the internet. Unfortunately, some companies have been subject to data breach scandals and hackers. Chipotle has been through this twice now. In the spring of 2017, Chipotle announced that there had been a security breach at some of its locations. Hackers had used malware to steal people's names, credit card numbers, and verification codes.
Just hack.
In an effort to control the damage, Chipotle recommended that customers be on the alert for any suspicious charges and assured the public that they were going to implement more security with the help of reputable cybersecurity experts. However, this wouldn't be the last time Chipotle encountered a data breach scandal. Just this year, Chipotle customers who used the app to order their favorite burritos reported that they were experiencing suspicious activity. Mainly, large orders were being placed through the app using their accounts without their permission, as if someone had stolen the customer's password. Chipotle claimed that they hadn't experienced any type of data breach, but it's clear people were hacking accounts to score some free food.
Food eater!
Chipotle is not on the plant-based meat bandwagon.
That's because you need protein.
While fast food joints across North America are quickly scrambling to add plant-based meats to their menu to keep up with the competition, Chipotle's giving this one a pass. Many chains have been quick to start implementing a plant-based burger or meat option, with more people than ever demanding vegan or plant-based options in their favorite restaurants. However, don't expect this from Chipotle. Brian Niccol, Chipotle's CEO, recently stated in an interview that he didn't see a long-term future in the plant-based game for the company.
Where's my sandwich?
Niccol also stated that Chipotle is dedicated to providing fresh ingredients, and it takes a lot of processing and food chemistry to create the popular plant-based options that are taking over the food industry. If you do want to stick to a vegan or vegetarian option while eating at Chipotle, there are already plenty of options. All of the tortillas, bowls, and wraps are vegan, so you just have to fill it with vegan or vegetarian ingredients like veggies and beans. Their signature guacamole, salsa, chips, and rice are all vegan as well, so those are safe to chow down on. There's also an organic tofu option available to add some more protein to your dish. Order the sofritas, which is spicy tofu, to give your dish a kick without the meat.
Where's my mac and cheese?
Stay right here and tap on another one of our great videos. And for new viewers, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.